Hey everybody, I'm Chris, and this is my channel Chesapeake Chris. Thanks for stopping by. In the video where I finally bought a bait casting outfit and tried it for the first time, I did okay, but I didn't have everything set up on the reel properly and I didn't know how to set it up. I found a website that tells me exactly how to set up this Cast King Baitcaster reel that I bought.
Aw, no more osprey nests? That's no fun.
So in this video, I'm going to show you how to do that, and I'll put a link to that video in the description below. But if you got a bait caster and it's giving you problems with bird nest, backlash, stuff of that nature, please stick around. This bait casting reel that I bought for my first bait caster that I've ever owned is a Cast King Royale Legend 2. It seems like it's a pretty good reel. It gets pretty good reviews. So let's talk about how you set this thing up so that you enjoy using this reel and don't absolutely despise it. A couple features of the reel. It's got this big knob here on the side, which is the star drag, and that works like any drag. You tighten it up and it'll make it harder to pull line off the spool. Then it's got two other adjustments that are very important. As the line tension adjustment, that's this little knob right here. It's right here behind the star drag. And then it's got the magnetic braking system adjustment right there. Well, I'm going to show you how you set these up so that you can use this reel and you will not get bird nest, backlash, and all kinds of slack line. And this is according to a website that I found. So let's get into this. The spool tension adjustment here is what stops the spool once the lure hits the water. So we're going to set that up first. The magnetic braking is what puts a little resistance to the spool while the lure is in air so it doesn't spin too fast and you get excessive loose line on your spool. And that's the second thing you set up. Okay, for this setup and demonstration, I got a jig on here, pretty good size weight, but this is something that I throw a lot. But whatever weight lure you're going to throw, that's what you want to put on this rod. Now, the first thing you want to do is you want to adjust it so that when you hold the rod straight out and you push the button to release the line, the lure should not drop down like it did there. So what you do is you tighten that spool tension, that little knob up a little more, and push the button again. And now you notice the lure will not even drop. Now you can loosen this spool tension just until that lure drops to the floor. And once it hits the floor, watch your spool and your spool should stop. If your spool stops, then it's set out properly. Once again, push the button, the lure should drop, but when it hits the floor, the spool should immediately stop. That's the first thing you need to set up. Then the next thing you want to set up is the magnetic braking. The magnetic braking adjustment has 1 through 9, 1 being min, 9 being max. It's suggested, according to the website, that you put it on the max to start out with, and you cast. Then you can dial this back a little bit more towards min, and you keep casting, And eventually you're gonna find a happy medium where you can get pretty much maximum distance on your cast, because the heavier you have the magnetic braking adjusted, the shorter your cast will be. So you'll find that happy medium where you get a pretty good cast, about the longest cast you're gonna get, but the spool speed will not overrun the lure speed and you won't get a ton of loose line here in a bird's nest. Once you get that spool tension set up properly and that magnetic brake set up properly, set your drag to where you want it, and I'll be honest, this reel performs really well. I didn't know any of this on my first time out, if you watch my video about that, and I actually just played with it a little bit and had it working pretty good by the end of that trip. But now when I take it out, I can fine tune it and it will be it works excellent.
Okay, I'm gonna try casting it over my fence here. That's my yard on the other side of the fence too, so we're gonna try and cast it over there, and then we'll take a look. That way my dogs can't get it. And then we'll take a look at the spool and see what happened. Okay, here goes. I'll push down on the button. We're gonna try and throw it out there across the fence. And you can see it don't look too bad. No tangle at all. And here goes another try. There. See, I even had my camera hopefully focused on the spool when the lure hit. Notice that there's no loose line there really at all. Let's try and get a good cast this time. There we go. There you go. You can see it just stopped and there's no loose line. And that was a pretty good cast. I got it out there that time. So like I say, if you set these up right, they work very well. And here's my final cast. There, that was a good shot of the spool. See how it completely stopped right when that lure hit out there in the grass? That reel is set up pretty good now for casting. And it's not a bad cast. I may be able to loosen up the magnetic brake a little bit, but it's a pretty good cast. I got out there somewhere.
So I hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope it was pretty informative. This is the only baitcaster reel I've ever had. I imagine that most baitcasters probably are set up to be adjusted the same way, but I'm not sure. But anyways, you can let me know in the comments if this was helpful for you using a baitcaster, or if all baitcasters are not the same. Everybody knows the drill. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Feel free to share this video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get notified the next time I put a video out. And as usual, love to get comments and feedback. See you on the next video.